Chat, I swear to God, I've streamed before. I know this. What's up? How's everybody doing tonight? So, no, your feed did not lie to you. We are playing Mystic Quest tonight. This is the beta site, as you can see. So it says right here underneath Mystic Quest randomizer, it says 1.7.0 beta. And You can access the beta site from the left-hand side link at any time. So, some new features have been added into beta. We're testing them out tonight. First new feature is we are going to test out seed vendor locks. So, new setting has been added that locks seed vendors behind a setting of your choice. So, you can set no lock, which means no requirements. The Fireberg and Windia vendors just need Fireberg's Fireberg, and then Windia just needs dual hand. You can set it to no vendors to where no one sells seeds, including the vendors on max ship. You can have it set to defeat Jin, which adds an additional criteria where the Fireberg vendor needs you to beat Jin, and Windia will still need dual hand. Or you can set it to random bosses. So both Fireberg and Windia will need a random boss to be defeated before they can sell you the good stuff. You can set a new setting for world seed supply, so you can put no seeds in the world. You could set one seed in the world, like one brown box full of seeds, 2, 5, 10, random. I set it to random 0 to 25. We're going to see how that rolls. You can also now toggle disable seed duping. So we call it seed duping. You could technically do it with any consumable. But essentially, this would make refresher duping and seed duping impossible. Hopefully, we'll test that out. Shuffle boxes content, of course, is an old setting. But now you can set it to where brown boxes don't reset. So normally in the vanilla game, if you go into a dungeon, open the brown boxes, and then leave and come back in, the brown boxes reclose and you can reclaim the consumables, which allowed for consumable farming for quests like refreshers. No longer allowed, allegedly. We'll test it. Again, all this is in beta. All the enemy settings are the same, except there is a new enemizer. This is elemental enemizer, and what this does is enemies are assigned an element, and they get the appropriate elemental attacks associated with said element, and they resist that element and become weak to the opposing element. So fire, water, water is weak to earth, earth is weak to air, air is weak to fire, thunder is a combination of air and water, so it's weak to both fire and earth. This also incorporates a little bit of the balanced enemizer to make things a little more interesting. There was a bug found last night where cure was on the table still, so enemies were curing the party, which isn't supposed to be part of this enemizer. That's chaos. And you can apply it to everybody, including Dark King, so we're going to see how that goes. And then another new setting in maps, which I just found, I forgot. Doom Castle access has a new option added to it called Freed Ship, which sets it to where max ship is already freed. You just need the captain's cap. So instead of having to get megas and claw and do all that good stuff, all you really need is a way to get to the dock and the captain's cap, and you can use ship whenever. The freed ship and desert option also modify the desert floor so it can be navigated without mega grenades and claw. So freed ship will also add the little skull bridge on the right hand side. And shortcut's still here if you just want to turn on shortcut. But we're going to try out freed ship, make sure nothing weird happens with it. And then I think everything else is the same. Yeah, you don't need Thunder Rock either, Sky Ranger. Like you literally just need crest and the cap to free the ship, but you could still, as long as you have the crest, you could go to the ship whenever, which would be nice. And then I don't know if this has been in beta for a long time. I don't know if it's set to go on our next full release, but in beta you can test out Dark King sprites. So there's settings on our Discord. If you go to the sprites and art channel, there's a way you have to make a zip file. But you can load your zip file here with the form 3 and 4 of Dark King, and you will have that custom version when he reveals his true form. And if you have a true form that is not already incorporated in the randomizer, please join the community Discord and submit it in that channel. And as long as you give your blessing, Wild Ham will incorporate it into the rotation of random sprites that we can see, as long as it's, appropriate for viewers. So, which is a pretty wide margin considering we have a muscled out dude in a thong as one of the true forms of Dark King. So, as long as it doesn't feature any nudity or obscenities, we should be good to go. So with all that being said, we're going to do a good old already generated. So let me download the ROM file, get my game info screen here. No spoilers. I forgot to toggle off spoilers, but I'm not going to use it. Y'all know me. I don't use spoilers. And get some things loaded up. Turn off this. How's everybody doing tonight while I get this? Oh yeah, no, you could totally have grenades on ship with this setting, allegedly. I'll have to ask to confirm, but like logically it would make sense because you don't need them to endgame gate, which means you could probably put grenades on ship now. How's everybody doing tonight, by the way? I am a little sick coming off of a sinus infection. And then the last 2 weeks have just been holiday madness, so apologies for the absence. I promise I haven't retired from streaming. I just have been busy as hell. And of course, good old Final Fantasy Rando Companion. Can't play the game without it these days. My auto tracker of choice. Of course, my stream's all jacked up from something. I don't remember what. But we'll fix it. It looks like I am a pig. You take that however you want. It happens. It's the season. I mean, again, when you have kids are basically just petri dishes. Cute, adorable little petri dishes. So. There is worse music to jam out to while we get set up here. There we go. And before I forget their name, they really need to be... I'm surprised they haven't been. We'll see if they're been added to the credits recently, but shout outs to Qden for making this tracker plugin. It only works with BizHawk, but man, it has already been great to use. I don't have to set up live split anymore. I don't have to worry about clicking any buttons. I just kind of open up the tracker and go. Things are about to get really big on your screen chat. Just heads up. I'm resizing my window, which is going to resize this window. Like looked over and all of a sudden my game screen was tiny and I was like, no, can't play like that. What's a stream without that a little live cropping? Big pig. Now you could be a big pig too. Ooh. Alrighty. So first beta seed of the night. We're Big Pig. We're gonna call this beta. Alright. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. Honestly, since this generated successfully, that's already a good start. Let's see, Ruben, what are your tasks, my dude? Whose battlefield is this? He starts off the fire book. Is that a firefish? So, another cool part of the elemental enemizer is basically it pulls from pre-existing color palettes in the game and automatically reapplies them to enemy palettes. So, like Ham didn't have to go in and make 5 different variants of every single mob in the game. He has it set to automatically pull based on element. So the fish is going to resist fire here. Cool. Howie. Solid miss. Fire attacks from the firefish. And water attacks. Cool. I'm not going to be running for like super speed here. A thunder attack from the fish is a little weird, but again, might just be a limitation. Let's not miss this time. Did flashing go away? I forgot to turn on reduce flashes. Beta site resets your settings. So apologies for the flashing this time around. I wouldn't, so for streamers, I think progressive gear is unpopular just because it adds a little sense of predictability into what you're going to get. Like, obviously you don't know what's going to come out of a chest at any given moment, but knowing that whatever next axe I get is going to be battle axe with progressive, you know, it takes away a little bit of the romance of getting something good early on. And I think that romance and that intrigue of like what you could get anything at all is a big part of like putting on content for folks. So that's why you probably don't see YouTubers or streamers use it a lot. That being said, there's a ton of people in the community Discord who love using progressive gear. So you're not alone in that, Sky Ranger. It's just for the sake of content a lot of time, and I hate saying that, but the sake of content, that's just left out. All right, so look, boxes did not refill. Still empty. Let's do a quick retread here. Hey, Tiny. Thanks for stopping by. I made that thumbnail yesterday and was so proud of it. I posted it in the community Discord, and I was like, man, hopefully nothing terrible happens. Ruben gets flare at 34? So right now, Ruben's got heal and fire. He gets flare at 34. Let me see if these fire chickens are still fire chickens. Dirt hot wings. Someone dropped my wings in the dirt. Sorry. I gotta remember my elemental wheel. So for fire, dirt and earth enemies are weak to air, and air enemies are weak to fire. So theoretically, this ninja should burn. Yeah, no, I mean, there's pros and cons. I will say, especially from a racing standpoint, because that's where a lot of my scene lives. Progressive is seen as a way to gate the speed of a seed. So, like, a lot of times when we're crafting up seeds for events like marathons, we'll actually take into consider progressive if we don't want to go too fast. Like, if we're worried that we're going to come in at a 30-minute time instead of like a 50-minute estimate, we could toggle on progressive and reliably add like 10 to maybe 15 minutes, depending on how mean the seed is. And that's purely on the merit that progressive does slow you down a little bit. You can't go as aggressive because even if you get good spells early on, you're gated by your level in that aspect, and then your gear also gates you. So it's like a double gate in that aspect, and whether you want that or not, that's just kind of how it plays out. And I like to play things a little faster, although when I'm beta testing, obviously you guys know I'm a huge goof, and I will do absolutely stupid stuff to test and make sure things are working the way they're supposed to. Yeah, and okay, that has been my favorite. On Tiny's point, that has been the biggest reason I champion this randomizer, because I love Ham's design philosophy where everything is an option. There are very, very few things in the randomizer that are changed that are forced onto players. The speed hack is one of the things which I think he's still looking into potentially making that a toggle in the future, like the option to turn off the speed hack. But again, very, very few things that are forced on you for playing the randomizer that you cannot toggle on or off, which is huge for me. I'm a person of options. Just because I don't agree, like I don't play the same way you play, doesn't mean you shouldn't have the option to play the way you want. I think that's dumb. It's like if I were to be like, well, no one gets chocolate ice cream because I don't like chocolate ice cream, you know, for example. I like all flavors of ice cream, to be clear. It's just as an example. So that's a big reason I love this rando. It's because even here in testing, everything I've toggled on, y'all saw me do it on the website. It's all an option. You're not forced to use any of these settings. You go here now. I have not gotten a single seed yet. Yeah, and I hope. Yeah, I agree, Tiny. Like, it adds an element of consistency that you may or may not want. I keep forgetting I need to bump into these guys to test and see their elements. Also, I just want to see the sprites. This looks almost okay. So this Earth Minotaur zombie looks almost like the boss. Gale Basilisk looks cool as hell. Look at this guy. He's black lizards. That's awesome. And the water skeletons also look dope. I approve. We're definitely going to be taking more like random battles that I don't need to take just because I want to see what these sprites look like. Like, let's be real. Did anybody get refreshers as a quest? 46, Ruben. So we're going to open up brown boxes just to see if it's even possible to get 46 refreshers. That's one of that. It's funny that this rolled that way because that's one of Ham's kind of concerns is if you randomize enough elements like shards and stuff, is it possible to still hit 46 refreshers without duping? And I have duping turned off, so we'll see if that's a possibility. Because there is no refresher vendor. If I had Claw, I could do Pointless Ledge and level up Urban, but I don't. So I won't. In chat, I mean, if y'all want me to test anything, just let me know. I'm all for testing today. A little while back, I reported on an issue that had duplicate items in the seed, which was a presumed bug. Yeah, that was fixed. Because if I remember, Yoshi, I think... I mean, I could if you wanted to, like, race stream Tiny, but I don't... I'm not gonna, like, put you on blast like that. That's a little rude. Even the bosses are randomized. Let's go. This is a Water Flamerous Rex. But yeah, there was something up with those settings, and those have been patched out in the latest updates to beta, Yoshi. So no worries there. Let's go. I mean, you don't have to be good at a game to enjoy it. I've been playing a lot of Archipelago recently with my wife and friends. So like I've been rolling games I don't normally play, like randomizers for games I don't normally play. Like right now I'm doing a Super Mario World Archipelago, and I'm okay at Super Mario World. I'm not fantastic, but man, the AP rando for Super Mario World really trips me up. Yeah, no problem. Right? Like, I'm excited to see the rest of the bosses now. We didn't go here. I faded this. Seeds. Yeah, no, this is really cool. Like, these black lizards are really cool to look at. And they're supposed to be gale lizards, but the recolor palette of the wind element just turns them black. Are these earthworms? All right, I'm gonna officially petition this right now. If they roll earth element, these should be called earthworms. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this and post it in the Discord. It's an actual crime that these aren't called earthworms. Call him Jim. No, but then they might pull a gun on me. Or whip me with their heads. Or start flying, heaven forbid. Burbs. Blue burb. Just so everybody knows, beta is not exclusive access only. Like, you don't have to be a member of the community or a Discord admin or stuff. We're gonna find out, Thoranium. They might be. That is a distinct possibility. Electric mint mints, let's go. Yes, you can also fit in the houses that no one else can get into. No, they have petrification. I'll never forget the Lalafell community's hype over that one house in Shadowbringers that they could all hang out in and none of the other races could. I play Mikote, so I'll never get to experience such tiny housing. Shockingly refreshing. Shout out to my fellow dads in chat. Exit. Let me see what this hedgehog. Fire hedgehogs? Hot edgehogs. Lolly ho. I'm playing the wrong randomizer for that, but you know, it is what it is. Explosives. By the way, I recently had to replace the gasket for my A button in my controller. It was so worn out that it literally, like, as soon as I like took apart the controller and pulled the gasket up, the gasket that covers the A button literally fell out of the rest of the rubber housing. Like, it was so worn down. So shout outs to 8-Bit Do for being able to just sell those first party so I could do replacements. Oh, I play on, I think I'm still on Famfrit. I hit level 100 in like 7.0 and then I like on everything, on all the classes. And then like I'll pop in occasionally, but I haven't been playing recently. I'm not subbed right now. That would have been funny. We have Kaylee. I'm gonna take her. She has Cure, Heal, and right now she has Quake. 2 Lalafels. I could never get behind, like, I've made alts on other servers, but I've never gotten behind the idea of making another alt on the same server. Halicarnassus, yeah. I visited Halicarnassus a couple times. Actually, as a joke, we all rolled alts on Dynamis, which was, that place is dead. God, Dynamis is dead. But yeah, 8BitDo is a solid company, and as long as they don't go the way of evil, which is really tempting for a lot of companies, I'll always endorse their stuff. I mean, and you get what you pay for 8BitDo. You buy a cheap controller, you're going to get a relatively bare bones controller. You buy one of their more expensive models, like I just recently did for the Steam Deck, you're probably going to get a quality product. Yeah, and we also have never heard back on what happened with the cloud server testing either. Because I remember doing that testing for the cloud servers. That was funny. I also rolled a tune for that, obviously, because we all had to. That was the time. I never seen Limsa so actively busy and not full of degeneracy. People were doing stuff. On Halicarnassus? Nice. Funny story related to Final Fantasy XIV. My wife and I got married in game. We dated for 10 years before we got married, and we got married in Final Fantasy XIV before we got married IRL. Well, every now and then, like a couple years ago, I went to go look at my ring in game, and I noticed that it had my wedding date on it, and I was like, how'd they find that out? And then it clicked. My wife and I got married on the same exact day in real life that we got married in game without coordinating that. So like my wedding anniversary is just like programmed into the game forever on my ring item. So I have no excuse to forget ever. Yeah, shin stabbers hanging out in the wolf's den. I'm kidding. One of my very, very good friends, my best friend's girlfriend, she's been playing Lala since like forever. We always take jabs at each other. She lives the Lala life. I might be able to pull this off. Let's take on some of these spooky skelly boys. I don't have a sword though, so this is kind of where it stops, but... Ooh. Gust Soldiers. So by all accounts, wind attacks, nice. And should be weak to fire. But I don't have flare. $13K hours is a respectable time. God, let me take a look here. I only have 7,200 hours. So, like I said, I play pretty casually. Yeah, thank goodness for multi-broadcast, and I can bring my Twitch and my my YouTube community together. Although I was struggling a little bit, I couldn't figure out how to get a scheduled broadcast to work with my multi-stream stuff, but I got to figure it out. That's how we're here. So far, I haven't seen a refilled box. And all the elemental stuff seems... Fuck, I did not want to bump into that. Not that oozes would have been particularly able to be damaged anyways, but... Yeah, I use Restream.io, Roan. I tried to go the way of a custom plugin with OBS, and I just could not get it to work on my end, so I caved. Restream doesn't require any money, like there's a free version of it. So I just use the free version, and that seems to be working okay, but you know, your mileage may vary. Yeah. Streaming is a choice. I liked streaming personally, but I just kind of have the personality for it. I don't think anybody's too small to stream. I mean, Iron Mouse exists. She streams. Now, if you're too young to stream, that's another thing entirely. And I respect the self-awareness to not put yourself on the internet. Hey, they make books and stools for a reason. I'm just saying. I remember the community uproar when there was those special Lalafell chairs that they made that look like baby chairs. That was hilarious. Oh, the Lalafell players were up in arms. See, don't use your summoner books though. Just consult the archives and go back and get your old Arcanist tomes. Or better yet, just use Scholar tomes. That was a rough accidental encounter. Yeah, no, you gotta memorize the name of enemies here. You gotta know what mobs you're about to encounter. White! So this is kind of like your catch-all. So this is the saving grace of using white. Because white is non-elemental, you can use it on any elemental enemy now. So it really adds a good bit of utility to the spell. We have exit. What am I doing walking out like a pleb? There we go. Ship's just there chilling. I have seeds and I have white. I could technically go fight Dusa. Megas. Nice. I mean, there's a reason the speedrun uses white, because one, it's got the fastest spellcast animation, and two, it's Volt Ghosts. It just does really good damage. River Red Bones. So lightning is weak to earth and fire. I don't have any of those, so we're gonna go with good old traditional axe to the face. So I don't know if status elements have been tied to elements exactly. I forgot who asked that earlier. Theranim. But it does look like enemies have just been like randomly distributed status elements, or may have ones that they had before. This is different. This has been changed. I don't remember this rock being this shape. Did he try to make it to where you couldn't peek the chest as easy? Stone Nightmare. I do like the fact that Medusa's been moved in front of the chest instead of underneath of it, because a lot of people were confused, like, where's the mask chest? And it's like, oh, we always had to say, oh, it's under Medusa. So... That's a cool color palette. Look at that. Gray Medusa. She's wind. so she's weak to fire. Yeah. Ugh. Bad dogs. Nice to see the wind. It's weird seeing Medusa weak to fire. Normally she doesn't have any elemental weaknesses. You know, I was about to be irritated that she broke out on her own and then she got re-paralyzed again, so we take it. Gray's wind, so we have a wind element Medusa, which I have to say looks cool as hell. We're just gonna brute force this with mega grenades. Okay, fire dogs are spooky. And we have stone centaurs. That move right there is spooky. Normally these dogs are not a problem. Wait, can I run? Nope, okay. I need to get into a runnable encounter so I could test out duping. Make sure it's like working or not working as intended. I don't need to see to throw explosives. Don't do that at home. I do not recommend blindly throwing explosives around. Yeah, right? I don't even think in vanilla game they roll fire breath. And the reason I'm grabbing all brown chests, chat, is to one, make sure... Oh yeah, Sky Attack's awful. To make sure none of the boxes are reopen. But also to see if it's possible to get all of the refreshers I need, because I need 46 refreshers to get max tier Reuben. So with Sky Shard, with Fragment Shuffle in the mix, if it's not possible, I need to report it, because that's a guide rail that needs to be put in place. Yeah, Hydra Breath is rough. Not like Wyvern Breath is even worse, honestly. They're both not a fun time. I could go back to the beginning and go to Lava Dome now. Let's hit up our dab bed. We can also do Wintry Cave. Okay, none of the boxes reopened when the world changed. Maybe we'll get a fire squidite. Actually, yeah, let's go do Hydro breath or wyvern breath sound like an insult. Yeah. Like, babe, you got some mad hydro breath. I don't have a pokey stick. But I can't go do tree. More refreshers. How many are we up to now? 12? What's 46 divided by 3? Quick, someone math. Oh yeah, same change has been made here too. So Squidite's now in front of his chest. So about 16. Thank you, Thorenu. Dust Squidite. This thing looks gnarly. Strong to earth. There we go. Not to white. Fire Squidite. I bet it looks rad. By the way, if y'all want to suggest names, like this is still beta. So if you see an enemy, like an elemental enemy, and you want to suggest a name, you know, I say go for it. Maybe you can mention it in the community Discord. That could be proposed. If you want to hop in the community Discord in Bugs in Development, bring it up as a as an option. I wouldn't be opposed, so long as it's an option. Yeah, sure, why not? It never made sense to me that white was non-elemental to begin with. I mean, later on it was like, yeah, that's holy, but in the context of this game, it's not even holy because it doesn't do holy damage, but, you know, it was supposed... Yeah, either it was supposed to be holy and didn't get given holy damage attribute, or it was supposed to be water and they forgot to code it as a water attack. Alright, we're in the door nexus. Yeah, all else fails, use white. Blue Steno. That is a blue Steno. Chucking blocks of ice at me. Get out of here. Alright, we're up to 18 now. Sorry for the occasional cough, chat. Ooh, sand salamanders. Like weighing my options here. God, you take away the possibility of duping from me and suddenly I'm hesitant to use seeds. Like inns don't exist. Eat the seed. Sandamanders, that's a good one. I like that. Honestly, if Stenos roll white, you should just call them blue Daba D's. Ground Avizards. Nice. It's a shame that the Earth Brick Throw is not scale really well with damage outside of Stone Golem. I wonder if that should be adjusted to make it a little bit more threatening. Like maybe its formula needs to be revisited. Fire Animate Turtles, Water Fang Buyers. Okay. Creatures still keep their weapon weaknesses regardless of element. Eiffel 65 Stenos. It's a good one. By the way, Element Rando does pair with Resistant Shuffle. So I could turn both on and then have like fire enemies that are weak to fire or so on and so forth. Yeah, the Water Fang Pyre. It's almost like it gets smothered in the repalette texture. Yeah, that's why the rando companion that hooks in the Bizhawk that Qden made, it also has the resistant shuffle table on it when you open it. So I can reference this at a glance. Otherwise, yeah, that would be a headache. Hey, arrow. Arrow's always useful. I mean, I have full spell charges. I'm a little low level, but maybe elements will be in my favor. Water Hydra. That's fitting. Weak to earth. So can I get extra big damage? 908 on a quake? Unheard of. That's almost quad digits on an earth cast. Whew. Do it again. Easiest Hydra of my life. That felt rewarding. It'd be more like a Leviathan kind of, but not with the Leviathan body. I mean, yeah, outside of resistant shuffle, yeah. Having Meteor just roll up and do big damage, you love to see it. No. Quake just scales that well. Like, if you hit weakness on single target with a party member who actually has a spell, like a magic stat. Like, imagine that Quake cast on Phoebe. Did I already do this? Yes, I already did. We love to see Quake do things. Excuse me, Mr. Ifrit. Haha. I saw Aqua Iflight, and all I could think of was, oh, what's the... Not Dasani. What's the other water drink? The Pepsi competitor. Not Aqua Velva. That's like eye drops. Yeah, Quake, funny enough, can Aquafina, thank you, over Umbra. I could not remember Aquafina to save my life. But as soon as I saw this name, I was like, this man is now Aquafina. This angry genie is now called Aquafina. Funny enough, it sounds like a genie name. This room didn't get shuffled. Oh wait, no it did. I got moved one down. It really is, and it's the unfortunate side effect of the game balancing spells not off of stats, but off of progression. Like if spells weren't coded to be based off of progression, Quake would be a viable spell, because in that case you imagine that Quake, Blizzard, and Fire would have the equivalent spell strength of Arrow. And Arrow is great. Same thing with Thunder. If Thunder had the equivalent spell strength of White, Meteor, or Flare, Thunder would be used way more often because it covers 2 bases of weakness. But because of progression scaling, it's just booty. And we've asked for it in dev before, for like one of the improvements to the rando to be like rebalancing of the spells. It's just a matter of, I don't think that's been done yet. And you know, how feasible as an option is it? So we'll see. All right, I think we finish Lava Dome. Still no coin though. Weird. No pokey stick. I don't have any crests. Yeah, who knows, man? Yeah. Thunder's a weird anomaly. Like, do you technically go to mines before you go to Volcano? Yes. At that same time, though, it's like they're not too far apart from each other. They're like literally 4 tiles away from each other. So for 4 tiles and 1 mini boss to make that much difference in scaling is bananas to me. Oh wait, we already know what the Stenos rolled. They also rolled blue. Yeah, having noble armor here is great, by the way. Chat, am I losing my mind, or is there no armor in the game that gives you earth damage resistance? I know your helmet gives you fire. I know Gaia gives you lightning with water and air. Shield only gives you paralysis and petrification. And Locket, blind and confusion. I don't think, Earth resist doesn't exist for anybody, I don't think. Not even Tristram. Unless Black Shirt does give Earth resist, but yeah, it's weird. I didn't think about that until now. I guess that technically makes Earth the scariest element now. By the way, Phoebe rolled Meteor, so get ready to see huge damage. And all the other elements. Holy crap, I just looked and I was like, wait. Yeah, and she gets Flare. So the only thing she didn't roll was a Wind. She gets Flare at 34, so one more level. So we just have to defeat another mini-boss or clear 14 battlefields. That's true. Even with a single target Rip Earth, it's only doing in the upwards of like 400, 500 damage. My seed supply is blocked by Minotaur. Someone should put them back in their place. Okay. Hell yeah, buy that Cupid locket. Easiest purchase of my life. Didn't even have to think. Still no crests. Yeah, so it's an option in beta right now. We're testing out vendor gating. So I set this seed is set to have random bosses gate both the Fireberg and the Windia vendor for their seed supply. So I didn't know who was blocking Fireberg, so that's why I've been killing all the mini bosses. But now we know it's Minotaur, so I need to find Treewither to get access to the Fireberg seed vendor. Which is why I've been a little scrupulous with my seed usage. You know, these trees look almost like the end game trees you get in, they're wind trees, but they look like the, Tempest Mad Plants. That's a cool name. But they look like the treants that you see in Giant Tree. So I was a little off put for a second. I was like, wait, which trees are these? Sand coin, okay. We now have full world access. Here's Aquaria. I don't have Wake Water. And by the way, for anybody, life is huge. Yeah, I'll buy your Treewither. Thank you. For anybody wondering, I'm getting all the brown boxes to check, one, if they reopen at all, because they're not supposed to be able to reopen, and like, you're not supposed to be able to leave and reopen them to get new consumables now. But I'm also checking to see if there's enough refreshers in the game to facilitate the hard difficulty quest of get 46 refreshers with Shard Hunt turned on, because if there aren't, that's something that needs to be fixed. Yeah, level forest was able to be accessed, and forest is right here, so. Let my seeds be free. None of you refilled, right? Okay, good. Yeah. That makes sense. Now, in another round of fairness, I think if any other changes are made to attacks in the future, I 100% think that Dark King's Phase 2 should have its elemental affinities fixed for the weapons. As it stands right now, those attacks don't actually apply their elements. So, like, if Dark King hits you in Phase 2 with his Fire Saber, it doesn't actually do fire damage, and you don't get a damage reduction if you have a Moon or an Apollo element. Same thing with, like, the Water Saber or whatever, or the Earth Axe. or, you know, the thunder weapon, lightning weapon. But if that was fixed, I think that would be great, personally. Because I do think those attacks hit plenty hard. Being able to mitigate them because of going through and getting your armor, I feel like should be rewarding. Ah, yeah, I see Roan posted the fire. Hot Medusa. Hot Medusa is what she's called. Fitting. All right, let's see what element Zombie Minotaur rolled. Earth? Ground Minotaur. Unfortunate. I wanted to see like fire or something. Funny Medusa is great. Fitting. All the water enemies here in Aquaria. I gotta say, water scorpions look cool. Ah, electric mints. Wait, can electric enemies? I need to know if electric enemies can roll laser as an attack. Maybe only like in-game bosses. Like, I just got spooked. Electric Zuh. Aqua Toad. Fair. Again, the fact that they're not called earthworms. Oh, so laser was on Thunderstone Golem? That's... okay. That's terrifying. Yeah, I'll buy your Dragon Claw. Why not? Let me check Otto's attic really quick. Magic mirror. Yeah, the vendors have really been on their game. Let's go check Mega Man really quick before we go to ship. We can. That's so weird to say. That we can just go to ship. Jumbos. Okay. And now that Minotaur has been defeated, I should just be able to... buy seeds. There we go. So the only thing I really need for go mode besides 2 more fragments is Captain's Cap, which could be on ship. I gotta see. I gotta see what the chimeras look like. Lightning chimeras or magnetic chimeras. That's cool. I like that. Weak to earth. You're grounded. Bow of ship. Lava Beholder, Magma Thanatos, Gust Manticore. Alright, Reflect still works. Fire hurt. Fire indeed hot. Yeah, the green markings make it look like it's wearing makeup. Earth Nagas. Very cool, very cool. Ow. Ow. I don't know if I'd classify Mucus as an earth attack, but okay. They just gave me the good old hock to it. Oh, straight to Mac. Stupid, sexy earthworms. There's something here. There's some things here. Hydro gargoyles. They look like they should. They look like the lava dome ones. And still weak to projectiles, so good. That's all working like it should. Surprise. Not the face. My petrification has not been working tonight. Magma Thanatos, just chilling. Aquargoyles. Very nice. All right. Fragments are done. So far, no sign of cap. We still have a lot of places we can go do, though. Like, we have to make this check up here. I don't remember which door we came down through. Was it this one? Nope. Yes, it was. Okay. Another fragment. This is going to be close to like 100%, chat, just because I mean, we are testing, right? All right. Did we check here? Yeah, okay. Ship is cleared. Right? No pokey stick. I can't go kill Golem. Oh, what element is Mr. Krabs gonna be? Take your bets. You have 1 out of 5 options. Call your shot, chat. What element is the crab gonna be? Hey, pokey stick. Wind? All right. Oh, that's cool. They put the chest back in its vanilla spot. Fire? All right. Let's see. Gust snow crab. Over Umbra was right. The ads are fire, yes. How has that not been 5 mini bosses? Excalibur. Oh, let's see Wind Doulahan on Mount Gale. I want to see that fitting elemental property. Big axe. The shiniest pokey stick. No arrows, okay. Oh yeah, I also want to see how the chest layout is. I guess this change was also implemented to make it to where you can peek every mini boss instead of having to guess. Because I will say that was kind of a feels bad man moment whenever you would do a boss check, like Doulahan or Squidite, and it turned out to be a brown box. So I guess in the interest of fairness, since you could see, I don't think you could see any of the mini bosses, but you can see boss checks. Also, these electric vampires look wicked. Flaming Dulan, huh? Well, I could build a snowman, but honestly, big rocks just feel better. And big rocks are what I normally use anyways. I'm on fire. But we continue throwing rocks in glass houses. Well, the eyes look cool in the helmet. Flare Phoebe is online. Let's go. No wake water yet. And still no captain's cap. Now, if I had Gemini, I could cheese my way over there. I could check cage. There's something in the light temple? Hold on. Just a fragment. Just remember, chat, don't fall for the trap of exiting here. You'll be put on an island. Yeah, fire not having a reliable source of water damage and not being able to use flare. I mean, meteor's still good though. Like, let's not discount meteor too much. It still does like 1600 damage, and in Phoebe's hands it does, I think, 2k. But yeah, not being able to exploit a weakness besides building a snowman feels bad. I agree. Which I think lends merit back to the point that, forgot who brought it up, but like making a toggle to where white is water element would be appealing. Man, we're still only at 24 refreshers. Is this lightning or fire? Fire. See it? That's way beyond the bounds of this game. That's like getting on Chrono Trigger levels of cool there, Yoshi. But I agree, it would be cool. Just way too much for this game to handle. Where's my silly hat? Ooh, Volt Wings. Volt Stone Roosts. Electric Mage. And electric enemies really got the business end because they're weak to earth and fire. Thoranium, don't you curse that on me. How dare you? How dare you put that evil on me? Right, my other pig pants. Oh, I forgot to post that I'm live in the Discord. One sec. There we go. See it? And getting free seeds will never not feel good. We did this, right? I checked this? Yes. Okay. I'm doing my best to like preserve my voice, chat. I know it sounds a little rough. More seeds? Heal? No soda. Oh, there we go. Alright, what mages? Oh yeah, thunder. You know, where is my flare? Where is my flare? Seeds? Big damage. Spark Gatherer. That almost sounds like a Mega Man X enemy. Why did I walk? My brain just derped out. I was like jump, and my brain was like push the up button. Your other pig pants. Thank you. I almost never have issues on these bridges, so for me to derp like that, just goes to show how a little under the weather I am. I'm gonna get 40 fragments. We're full clearing, and then in the namesake of testing. That, and I just want to see the bosses. Gemini. All right. We're getting close. We need 4 more chests. If we get 4 more brown boxes of refreshers, we can finish the refresher quest. All right. Take your bets. What element is Ice Golem? Place your bets. Place your bets. Wind? Okay. I'm hoping for thunder or air personally, but that's just because I'm packing flare. Fire. Red Ice Golem. Man, red ice. That is some Ocarina of Time vibes right there, buddy. Also looks cool as hell. Freeze flame. Red ice and blue fire. Yeah, the whatever the fire palette is, it might be the Salamander's palette. I think that's what it's pulling. It looks fantastic on any of the enemies. And I bet the trees, I think that palette is pulling from the trees in the treants in Giant Tree for wind. I don't know what Vault would be pulling from. Trying to think of an enemy with that color palette. In vanilla, and I just can't. Yeah, Hot Wings, Flazzards. What has that blue and yellowish color palette? I can't think of anything. Also, chat, now's your chance. I am going to fight Jerkbird. I don't have to, but I'm going to. So make your call now. Call your shots, because I need to still find this hat. Yeah, but it's not quite the same. But I know what you're talking about. The specters in the fire region. Call your shots, though, chat. What element is Jerkbird going to be? I am going to fight him. He's on floor 5, so I just have to hit switches on 2 and 4. Alright, sorry, 6 and 4. Thunderbird? Thundercuckoo Frocklebird. We already know these are Earth element. Earth bird. Okay. All right. All right. I see you. I see you. Earth bird. Could be a firebird. That would be annoying. Earth. All right. All right. All right. I need to hit the switch. Hot Wings Ultima. we just call him Soy Picante. I say now I want some spicy wings. Get your Normas out in chat. I forgot what tier sub you need to be to use Norma. I was just about to say we haven't seen floor 3 yet. Did I hit the switch on 4? Yes, I did. Okay. All right, let's go fight us a jerk bird. I hope he rolls thunder or wind, just because I want to hit him with flare, but we'll see. Earth. Chat called it. Good call. I wonder if this means that this will... Oh, no, it's about the same. And it's like vanilla-ish, actually. Because he was already weak to wind in vanilla, too. But is he, like, extra weak now? That did more damage than white. I'm not going crazy, right, chat? Like that earth, that arrow did more damage than white. 14, 8, 67. Nothing will out damage Phoebe. Yeah, arrow's doing more than white. Wild. Nah, my best girl. How dare he have a sword? Dash. Classic. Yeah, I was worried she'd outspeed him. I almost did it. I almost threw a flare right back in my own face, but I didn't. She doesn't need to see to kill you, fool. Look at them green eyes. This really is a nice palette swap. .360 no scoped. Do it again. And then if I'm not mistaken, this leads me right to floor 7. Yep. I gotta fight a Thanatos to get my crystal. It doesn't matter if you resist fire. Phoebe's damage is too stupid high to survive. Hey, double flare, let's go. The only thing I haven't seen is the armory room, because I'm still trying to get all the refreshers. Which staircase? Did I take the upper stairs? I did not. Okay. It is an appropriate reward. You're right. No wake water. Huh. I do have Gemini, though, so we can do Sealed Temple. Oh, wait. No, I can't because the Overworld Shuffle. No Libra either. Did Cage. Alive Forest was in, I believe, Windy region anyways. Let's go do that. Because we still don't have cap. And I don't have T-Rock, so I can't even build a rainbow road to blow up the bridge. Oh yeah, I still need to find Sealed Temple to check Tristram. You know what? Tristram might have cap. I'm just realizing. Tristram could 100% have cap. It's the mummies. The mummies in Volcano, that's where they're getting the earth palette from. I mean, the wind palette. And I wonder if the Volt palette is pulled from the other mummies, the ones here. Well, let's go this way first, because I know there's a pokey door. Just gonna go around these Skelly boys. Moon helmet. Just some explosives. So far, everything seems pretty rock solid, Chad. I haven't encountered any issues. Nothing like weirdly not interacting appropriately with its element type. The boxes are all staying open, which, you know what? I imagine the implementation of the boxes staying open is pulled from Archipelago. Because in Archipelago, if you open an AP check that's in a brown box, Alchav and Ham built in a trigger that makes it to where the box stays open and doesn't reshut. So I wonder if they just pulled the code from that. Ham just pulled the code for that, for the boxes don't close. Hey, it could be based off the gold skeletons. You're right. Arrows, arrows. God, this track is such a vibe. I'm just here chilling. This is the first time I've been able to let it loop. But yeah, with non-reopening boxes, I think even if you can, so I only need 2 more, technically. If I get 2 more refresher checks, we can call it working for now. But even still, that would make that such a not appealing option. Brown live oak. The baby area trees and the end game trees swapped palettes. Funny. I'm gonna go check that other door first, but chat, who do you think, what element do you think Ghidra's gonna be? Water? Water Ghidra? Okay. Alright, alright. Fragment. We are almost full on fragments. You got your water worm. Aqua leeches. See, that's fitting. That's a fitting name. Very appropriate. Thunder Ghidra. Alright, alright. And that loops. Okay. Wind. Gust Ghidra. Missed opportunity to call him Galdra. I think Galdra would have been awesome. Yeah, no, we don't. Shh, we don't talk about Phoebe doing over 5k damage. Casually, just imagine if she was level 42. And the insanity that would bring. I think we're free to teleport out. We did volcano. All right. No. Yeah, no. It can technically go all the way up to 109. But, I mean, at this level, she breaks cap because of her equipment. Tristan could get up to 109 because his speed gets to 99, and then he has a plus 10 on his gear. Same thing with Phoebe. Well, if you get her to 42, she can get 5 more points. I know, 5 whopping more points of magic damage. Where's sealed? Libra. Am I losing my mind? There's a temple down there, but that I think it was Sand Temple, wasn't it? Let's find out. Yeah, it was sand. I don't have Thunder Rock. Or else I'd be inclined to think that too, Thranum. Did I check the top right corner of Level Forest? I did. Okay. We checked all 3 vendors. Which temple are you? Sealed. Okay, here we go. One more refresher. Tristan didn't roll anything good anyways. Poor guy. Now to remember which room takes me to the door I need. Nope. You know what? We also haven't seen Ruben at all. I have not seen Ruben. Huh. Yeah, I have not seen the homebody. Yeah, if Phoebe did, if Phoebe hadn't rolled Flare, I'd consider it, but Tristan is just here for vibes. He doesn't even have exit. Venus key, okay. I can kind of work with that. Which one? Where's the closest town? Okay, Fireberg region. I mean, worst case, we can always just buy a hint too at this point from one of the vendors. It's going. I am hat locked right now. I'm trying to find Wake Water or something, but all of the interactions seem to be working the way they're supposed to, which is very nice. I have not had any like fire enemies not weak to whatever element, blah, 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 happen. That's all been how they are supposed to be working. And all the boxes seem to be, of course, it would take me to Libra. Accurate as well. So I have not seen a brown box reclose. Actually, while we're here, let's see if I can dupe a seed. I've been meaning to test the whole run, and I just haven't. 32. Nice. Let me check it with refreshers as well. $42. All right. That appears to be working as intended as well. I have not tested it with like a failed run interaction yet, but I imagine if it's working there, it'll probably work. Why did I just walk past Libra Temple? I'm an idiot. I didn't even take Phoebe to go to Wintry Cave. I'm on it today, man. There's Ruben and Thunder Rock. I'll come back for you. I'm gonna go. I gotta go. I'm sorry. I gotta go. Ruben, I wait. I can't even do Ruben's check anyways because mine's is in the frozen section of Aquaria. I'll come back for you maybe if I need to. Probably not. Like I said, I gotta go. Thank you. Yeah, chat brought up the with the element shuffle brought in, there's nothing that really can do big damage against fire element enemies because Blizzard's the only water spell and like the only water attack. I'm sure someone put it in the suggestions already, but like what if there was a toggle to make it to where white does water damage on the randomizer site, but I don't know how much of that would break things. But I thought it was a good suggestion. Oh yeah, and free ship works. Does this cutscene still play out? Nope. Cool. And there's a wake water. And there's the captain's cap. The only thing we haven't finished checking yet is to see if we have all of our, if we're able to do our refresher quests. So I wanted to check and see if there's enough refreshers in the world to get 46 if someone wanted to do that check. We're at 42 right now, so we really only need 2 more. It is rude. That's my luck though, so it's fine. And I have not been like speed playing this at all. I've just been kind of cruising through, checking things, making sure things are working like they're supposed to. Yeah, no, I agree with you. Like with boxes not being able to refresh, 46 refreshers is a dead check to me. I wouldn't say they're overpowered. They are like potentially the most dangerous though, because you can't do absurd amounts of damage to them. They have access to Hydra and Wyvern Breath, which are very powerful moves. So I could see the feeling of not being able to do, and also they'll resist flare. So I could see all that adding up being a potential like, oh wow, fire is dangerous for an enemy type. On the other hand, thunder feels so vulnerable. Like, yes, I know lasers in the rotation, but the fact that they can get double whammied by a meteor and flare, they just get bodied. These sand zombies look pretty familiar. They look almost like the zombies you normally find in the live forest. They're like just slightly more brown. What color are these salamanders? Red. Okay. So yeah, I guess a toggle for white to be considered a water damage spell could be interesting. I could see that. It would also make it to where dark, I mean, there's a downside to it too. If you put in that toggle, Dark King will resist white. So there's ups and downs to that option, making it a little bit more appealing in my book. If it was just a net gain, it would be kind of like white's already kind of powerful as it is, making it just more powerful. But you remove its viability from Dark King. You add viability for it for Wyvern too. It would make it a good alt spell. There's all 40 shards. It would make it a good alt spell against Wyvern at that point, because Wyvern's weak to thunder. I'm trying to think. I mean, logically, you might be able to make it to where thunder enemies are weak to earth and water enemies are weak to lightning, and give thunder a utility. But I don't know if that could be properly coded without water enemies being also weak to water. But again, there's no good water spells besides Blizzard right now anyways, so 6 one way, half a dozen the other. All right, chat. What element is this Jin? Tell me. Take your guesses. Wind Djinn would be fitting. It's also been fun thinking of alternate names for enemies. It's a Wind Djinn, Gust Djinn. Very nice. Unfortunate for this Djinn though, because since it rolled wind, it will now take extra damage from fire. Goodbye. Huh, so I guess unless my last refresher, I think it's everything. So unless my last refresher is in Doom Castle, which it could be. Thankfully, we know Mac is just behind this little saunter over here. Still faster than walking. The quest for my last refresher. Oh, all right. Not that anybody's going to be complaining about listening to this song a little bit longer. Yeah, the refights are randomized too. Flaming Scholars Rex. Okay. I wonder, so with element shift, does that also remove the zombie status? No. Okay. Should have called him True Flamers Rex. Earth Golem. Dust Stone Golem. Okay. All right. I'm a sleepy piggy. Mr. Sandman. No. Why did you skydive me? That's not what you're supposed to do. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Earth doesn't resist fire. I was just being dumb. I warned you all. Beta testing makes me do dumb things. This is okay. Twin-headed wyvern. Flaming twin-headed wyvern. Y'all wanted to see a real dragon. Oh, he's already down ahead. He must have rolled 50%. Drain doesn't work on her. I hope Zuh rolls wind so I could see a 5,000 on him. All right. Let's see. Thunderbird. All right, we're gonna see the 5K. No. Get up. We're doing the 5K. Bear hug. Big damage. 45, 55. Yeah, I did not find that last box with my refreshers. So I don't know. Yeah, casual 10 damage. I don't know if that means that it wasn't in the world or if I just missed it. Thunderbird. All right. King should have an element too. Let's see what it is. Blue Dark King. Rocks. Dark King with a weakness is wild to me. I'm sorry. Seeing Dark King take over 2,000 damage a turn. Yeah, that was one of the things I wanted to test because we mentioned it last night. Ultima brought it up. Oh, I was also talking on stream about this. I'm wondering if there's a way we could fix it to where the elemental weapons in phase 2 actually do the elemental damage they say they're doing. You know, as I casually throw rocks of doom at Dark King here. Boo, get off the stage, Scott. Time. King with weakness is stupid. It's stupid easy. All right. So yeah, I would say that's the only hang up, quote unquote, I could see. Everything else worked great though. The boss gating the siege shops worked like it was supposed to. Elemental shuffle worked like it was supposed to. Freed ship worked like it was supposed to. So yeah, that's all working like it's supposed to. Let's do one more. I want to test this with weakness and resistant shuffle. Got an error. I got a generation error. I had to jinx it. Oh, so insight for you from the Discord. Ham mentioned, remember how I complained early on chat that the sandworms weren't called earthworms? It's random. The names are randomly generated for the elements. So there is a seed out there with sandworms. No. So actually, Ham, what I was talking about is we did get earth sandworms. I just thought it was funny that they weren't just called earthworms. But yeah, I got a generation error. Let me post. And let me post the code. There you go. String and the code have been posted in the bugs and development room. Let me roll a couple more times, see if it's possible. Roll, roll, roll. Oh, now it's telling me invalid ROM file. We know it isn't true because we just rolled this. Okay, this one worked. Behemoth returns. I appreciate you stopping by, Yoshi. And yeah, you know I always record my VODs, so this will be here when you come back. Actually, I'm looking at the time. Might need to call it here for tonight, chat. Just because it's getting close to bedtime for the kids. So here's what I'll do then. We'll call it here for the night. And what I'll try to do is this weekend, either tomorrow or Saturday or Sunday, I will try to get another beta test seed going. And we'll come back and do more beta testing fun. So, I have the flags saved for what I want to do. And we'll just come back and do those again. But so far, this has worked really well. But please, I encourage you, go to ffmqrando.net. On the left-hand side, go to the drop-down, go to beta. Test out the new settings. If you encounter any weirdness at all, join the community Discord on the left-hand side menu. Go to ffmqrando.net. Again, left-hand side, community Discord. Post in the bugs and development room what happened. And make sure you save your URL. So this string right here, save that, post it in the bugs in development room, and post what the error was. That way the developers can look at it, or Ham in this case, can look at it, see what happened, so it can be fixed before it gets moved to production or, you know, the main release. But I think that is going to do it for me tonight, chat. Sorry we couldn't do a second seed. I like being thorough when I'm testing things. I'm glad I did. But yeah, thanks everybody so much for stopping by. Thanks for checking out the stream. Check out the randomizer yourself, please. Super easy to access if you need help doing that. There's a new player room in the community Discord. I have guides posted, sourced from all over the community on how to set up a new game and get rolling. So, but with that, I'm gonna call it. You'll have a great night. I'll see y'all next time. Take care.